Oh my god, they have hats.
Fuck.
I can't breathe in this thing.
You can't even be understood in that thing, barely.
I can't even breathe, see.
What does it smell like in there?
But
Not good, I'm sure.
It's horrible.
this is
Yeah.
proof that birds aren't real, guys. None of them. None of them. Have you ever seen a baby pigeon? I don't think so.
I feel
No.
like I have.
You have not. You're a goddamn liar.
This is a real Scooby-Doo moment.
But welcome to our second installment of the book club, the Belligerent Book Club. I can't speak. Fucking BBC. So cheers to everyone who read and is here tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Pinky's up. Oh, you're filling your with your mead.
Yeah.
He's filling with
Goblet.
his mead. You know, it's got to be Isaiah styled. He's no peasant here. He's a man with a chalice. All right, so let's update everyone. So last month we said we were going to do conspiracy theory book, and we picked one. It was called Bacolot's Pendulum. We all got about a chapter in and realized that we are not educated enough for this kind of book.
We're not that intellectual, you know.
And that it's we'll just get rid of that. So
Sorry,
then,
Isaiah.
It's all right. It was hard to read.
Did you finish it?
No, I moved on to a different book.
So then we made an executive decision to choose Birds Aren't Real by Peter McIndoe and Connor Gaydos. So that is our book of the month that we will be discussing and talking about. So let's start with the hardcore facts here, guys. Just opinions. Do you think birds are real? Yes or no? We'll go in a circle.
What's the circle?
All right. Well, since you want to talk, you go first, Corinne.
Okay, I think birds are real.
What would make you say something so extreme yet so controversial?
Yeah, I found a pigeon, and I had it for like a month.
A baby
That
pigeon.
picture's real. It wasn't a baby.
Oh, I
though.
remember that. You did catch a pigeon.
Mhm. And
It lived at the house forever, and then mom set it free.
Yeah.
Now answer me this. So after you had that pigeon in your house, were you not getting auto-generated ads about things you were talking about?
I don't even know. I couldn't tell you.
That's lack of awareness.
Yeah.
That's strike
My mom
one.
said that when she let it go, it stayed around the house for hours and then left.
Surveying the property. What'd you say?
I guess so.
Do you guys remember
Sounds like it.
was there like a children's like story at the end of it?
What?
What?
So like there's like in the audiobook, like one of the like the second to last chapter, it was like explaining it to like, or like it was like how to explain it to children. It was like just like read them this like
Oh yes, and
kid
they
story.
read it in like a voice.
It's just that little girl that has that bird. Her dad comes in.
Oh my god, I
he's like,
totally
what the hell are
forgot
you doing with
about
this bird? He's like, get it out of here. It's like hella funny.
That was literally this morning. I forgot.
All right. Leslie, do you think birds are real?
I think, well,
I'm sorry.
Bryn's
No.
just throwing out some controversial some information here. She's seen a baby pigeon now, or she's seen a
She didn't say it was a baby. She didn't say it was a baby.
Okay, well,
But she
I
captured one.
I was gonna say that I think birds in and of itself are real, but pigeons are not. But now I'm like, I don't know. Like maybe there's a couple of pigeons that like are real, but most of them are fake. You know what I mean?
Like Last of the Mohicans.
Isaiah just wants to fit in. All right, Kylie, are birds real? Let us know.
No, they're fake. I believe it wholeheartedly.
You know, I'm gonna agree with that statement. The other day I saw a hummingbird and I ducked for cover.
Oh my god.
They're kind of actually like mean, like for real though. Like hummingbirds are kind of like aggressive ass little birds.
Fuck yeah, they're aggressive. They killed one of the greatest presidents this nation has ever seen.
You got me there.
Poor JFK.
Yeah, for those of you who may not have read the book yet, there's a to go along with the book. It's quoted in here. JFK wasn't assassinated by Lee Harvey Oswald, as we all knew, but rather instead of Lee Harvey Oswald, it was a bird drone. So it was the CIA that in fact had him assassinated, just not at the hands of another American shooter. It was our very own hummingbird.
So it all ties together.
Yep.
Full circle.
We'll see.
Circle.
What are your guys' thoughts on the recharging stations?
The power lines.
Bro, almost everything he said was like, if you think about it really hard, like it's kind of genius.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
honestly.
like lightweight made sense.
No,
Yeah.
the depth that went into like the creation of the ideas is pretty crazy.
Yeah, like I'm just dumb enough that like if you really sold this to like I could be swayed very easily, you know.
You know, if you didn't throw in the Mike Wazowski and
Yeah.
would have got me.
That was
For
like
sure.
that was like the point where I realized it was a parody book. Like I
Yeah.
thought it was like a legitimate
I
book.
did too.
Well, okay, when it opens up with you need to hold on, let me do the opening page because it cracks me up. I need to quote it word for word. This book is intended for readers with an IQ of over 250. Those are the only people with the intelligence required to comprehend the information within this text. If your IQ is under 250, please read something more suited to your sensibilities, such as Goodnight Moon or Frog and Toad. Any classic children's book will do.
Yep.
So,
I
guys,
found that offensive. I read
I
kids
know,
books all day.
I love Frog and Toad, dude.
Yeah.
I also say good night to the moon.
Frog and Toad was great, dude.
But we did the RADS test. We probably should have done an IQ test before this podcast to figure out if we were capable of comprehending the information that was in this book.
For
But-
shit.
Did you say
The-
200?
250.
Isn't that like that's
It's
like
like
genius.
really, yeah,
I was
that's
gonna
like
say, what's the
really, really
threshold
fucking
there?
high. There's no one that has. I was gonna say, I don't think anyone here.
Isn't it like 140 is normal or something like that?
100's like normal, right?
That man genius, Walter O'Brien was like 196.
Yeah, see, that's like, yeah, so
Huh.
200's already fucking crazy.
Dude, I
think
can be it.
Einstein
Do you
is
not believe in me?
Would you score on the rods again, Kyle?
Dude, autistic people are the smartest people on earth.
Sometimes
Have you not seen The Big Bang Theory, Sheldon?
I have.
Yeah.
Let's not do that. You're gonna get canceled for that one, man.
Wait, what?
People don't like actual autistic people do not like the representation of children.
Oh god.
Technically he was not autistic.
Right.
Oh, I
He
thought
never said he was. He's just smart.
But
no,
he's like
I
supposed
thought
to be
the
like
show creators said that he was.
I don't know. Probably. I mean, I wouldn't say he was probably. He sounded like Asperger's.
the same.
Really just
Like
like
Asperger's
no
away.
filter at all.
Yeah.
It's like
Sheldon
still
Cooper was
functioning, but
secretly
like because like he was self-functioning. He lived on his own. So
Wait, no, he wasn't. Or well, I mean, he was
in the beginning,
self-functioning,
yeah,
but he didn't live on his own.
he did before Leonard for a second when his other roommate ran out.
Yeah, but he immediately needed someone.
I mean, but I don't think he needed someone. He just liked someone. Because if you
No.
watch the whole beginning of Young Sheldon, he straight up didn't want to be around nobody ever.
Damn, that's a
pretty-
deep
That's
dive
pretty
going
autistic.
into young Sheldon.
Dude, that show is so good. Everybody should watch Young Sheldon.
I've heard
And
that
then
show's
Big
really
Bang
good.
Theory.
I don't know about that their take though.
Wait, how can you hate the Big Bang Theory but like young
They're
Sheldon?
I've never
super
watched
good.
Young Sheldon. I've heard Young Sheldon's good, and I don't like The Big Bang Theory. I've heard Young Sheldon's good. I just like the dad dying scene. Just seems sad.
God.
Oh my goodness.
It seems sad. That's all I was saying. It seemed good.
Is that what you watch before you go to the pound?
Yeah.
This is euthanasia. It's like his last meal, but it's his last video.
Oh, poor
Hey,
dog.
we're not using we're not using the P and E word.
Sorry.
I was trying to figure out what the P and E word were like put together. All right. Does anyone else have some takeaways from the book that they would like to go over? Things you like, things you didn't like, what you learned,
Did
what
you
you didn't learn.
guys do the silent pauses when he told you to?
For the silence to commemorate or whatever was going on at the time. Yeah.
I sat in front of the book for a good 10
Well,
minutes.
I was the audiobook, so it was just 30
Yeah,
30
I just
seconds of
sat there for
silence
it,
in my
yeah.
ear. Yeah. I was like, sweet. Yeah, we're doing the 30 seconds of silence now.
The audio was the best way to read it, I feel like.
Yeah, I loved. Oh,
Go ahead, Corinne.
I just loved all the little like references to a bunch of different things, like Hamilton, the Sully, like, the Miracle of the Hudson, or whatever it was called.
Yeah, I love the little innuendos.
Yeah, and it all they tied it all into the birds not being real.
I really like the puns. The puns were pretty good.
Right.
Yeah.
There were some good ones in there.
I think my favorite chapter was the president's chapter, where he went one by one
One
through
by
all
one.
the presidents, and then he would be like Clover Cleveland, good president, very ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At that point, if you didn't know it was a parody.
I also really like how no one was better than George Washington. He was like,
Yeah.
but not better than George Washington. But
Yeah.
He brought it back to George.
I loved how he basically said he'd fuck Obama.
Yeah.
You?
He was like, Obama, very sexy man. Now
He is a very sexy man.
now sexiest president, obviously. If I was in a room with him, who knows?
It had to be factual in some regard, Kyle.
Right.
who knows?
Okay, get the fuck down. List your guys' 3 favorite presidents.
Teddy all the way.
Isaiah's cheering over here. You just don't know it.
Boy, oh boy.
Trying to think which one. JFK, rest in peace.
From that goddamn hummingbird.
And George Washington, because he's so OG.
I was gonna say, if you don't say George Washington,
Your whole criteria is off.
I know.
I really like Obama.
That's how I feel.
All right, so Leslie's going Barack, or Barry for short.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Barack. I'm gonna go George Washington. I do love Teddy, but I also love Bill Clinton because he was like so just like
I
Just
did
the
not
story.
have-
yeah, it's
Just the
like,
story.
what are you doing, man? Like
Fair enough. That one's good.
I just love the chaos of it all. I'm just like, wow, you really were
Hey,
you're just doing that. Good for you, man.
everybody likes to talk about him getting his dick sucked, but god damn it, could that man give a speech?
True.
Yeah, right? Like good for him. He was good at his job. He was charming, you know? Good for he was effective.
Yeah, most people don't just get their dick sucked in the office. He had to talk his way into it. He was a good talker. He was a good leader.
Did he have to really talk his way into it though? Like, I mean, not our current president, obviously, but like, if one of the sexy presidents were like, "Can you suck my dick in the Oval Office?" I'd be like, "Yeah." Like, I don't think I'd really put up a fight.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Look at Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah.
All right, there's her 3.
Oh my god, I love how that was the wife. It wasn't Jackie. It was like in his wife, Marilyn.
Yeah, that was all funny. His wife Marilyn.
Oh, and then about the CIA going in his fridge and stealing his sandwich every day.
Yeah. Oh my god, that cracked me up.
Yeah, it did. That was funny.
He would go into his secret fridge every day and see the CIA had stolen his sandwich.
And he figured it out on a phone
Bro
call.
blamed everything on the CIA and the government.
And what's funny is right after this book, I was reading another conspiracy book, like a legitimate one about the CIA. So
Oh
I was
my-
going into it going, it's corrupt. And then I left that book
It
going, God
makes so
damn
much
it.
sense. It's all coming together.
Yeah. all the puzzle pieces. Was it really a parody?
Mine's like the my list is like the same as Kylie's, like almost to the T.
Repeat it.
Teddy Roosevelt, JFK, George Washington.
Wow, what a list.
But dude, I just want to say George Washington said that the failure of the United States and the government will be the two-party system.
Here we are.
Yeah.
Which is why we're starting our third party here today. Am I right, guys?
Hell yeah.
We
The
will call it-
Intoxicated Intellectual Party.
Exactly.
Isn't that crazy though? It's like 1770 something.
Yeah, like predictions of the
see it.
future.
He said that. It was just like the beginning of the United States. So true. It's crazy.
So my favorite presidents. I gotta go Teddy. I gotta go Mr. Bill.
Mr. Bill.
And this is a controversial one, but god damn it. Can he give a speech about nothing? And it riles me up. George W. Bush.
Oh yeah.
That's a good one.
Bro could get anybody to vote for him.
If you get up on that horse, you better ride it.
Yeah, I just think when I hear George W. Bush, you know what like plays in my head in like the TV that's always playing in the back of my mind? The video of that guy throwing a shoe at him. That's like just like George W. Bush. The video is playing in the background of my head.
I have the American Dad episode where he's like stripped butt naked and is running through people's yards and stuff.
I have that like Harold and Kumar movie where he's like the fake one and they go into his like cabin and he's like, "Whoa, howdy guys."
Dude, he's a painter now. Isn't that crazy?
It's
He like
serious.
paints
for
in his
him.
free
I
time.
mean, dreams come true. Who says the sky's the limit? Do whatever you want. He's like Isaiah. He's had a million jobs.
Yep.
Everybody needs a good hobby, and you know, when your best hobby was blowing up the Twin Towers, you need to find something else to unwind with once you don't have those powers beside
Yeah,
you.
to process the trauma that you've caused to your nation.
What bird drone would you say makes the most sense from like if you were to believe birds were real, and some of you do, some of you don't. We won't get into the logistics of that because we already did.
Pigeons
But-
and seagulls.
Dude, you took the words right out of my mouth.
Right out of mine too. Seagulls are fake as shit, dude. Like for all seagulls, they are not fucking real, dude.
There's
Honestly,
a reason
I say
nobody eats
hummingbirds.
either.
I say
They're rat-
Hummingbirds are cool.
because I mean, I feel like I see all the ladies on TikTok who are like, "Don't do this with your hummingbird feeder. You're gonna kill them all." I don't see any dead hummingbirds ever. I've never seen a dead
I've
hummingbird.
never seen a dead hummingbird. You're right, but you know I've seen a couple of dead pigeons,
Exactly.
but they don't have guts. I feel like I've never seen pigeon guts. I feel like I've just seen like dead pigeon. You know?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a bird's guts either.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
Think about it.
I've
you
seen
think about roadkill, like you see a dead deer or a dead raccoon.
Well, I've seen like a turkey.
Yeah, right. Like they have stuff happening. It's gross, but like a bird,
This
there's like nothing happening.
this is
So that's how
coming
you
from-
know, like they're just robots on the inside.
This is coming from those like birders, but they have like apparently like really weak bones, and that's why it's kind of just like just shatter inside.
Not
of it.
Isaiah with the facts.
Yeah.
No, that's from that fake news garbage. You know,
Fake
I don't believe in that crap. That mumbo jumbo.
You know what's funny is now that Kylie says it, hummingbirds are so fucking weird because how the fuck do they just live off sugar water?
Right. And who's giving them the sugar water?
And
My
also,
mom, there's 3 hummingbird feeders out here, man.
They live off-
Gosh.
they do honey too.
No, you're not supposed to do honey. I thought that's like
No, but they like that. That's what they naturally live off of, like right, like is honey.
Or no, it's like nectar out of flowers.
yeah, nectar out of
What
Nectar
flowers.
of flowers.
But what
Yeah.
flowers?
you know, the sugar water makes sense because they have to be on a sugar high. You know,
Able to move that quick.
They're like actual crackhead birds for
You know
real.
Like turn
did
the
you-
sugar into alcohol. and
No,
then-
they're cokeheads. They're like cokehead birds.
Yeah.
No, that might be okay. It's either bees or hummingbirds. Stupid fact that I've learned, but it's the
tell us about the birds and the bees, Isaiah.
But the noise you hear of the buzzing is their heartbeat. I think it's about bees.
I think that's bees because I think the noise is their wings for hummingbirds.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
noise is their wings. Yeah, so I think it's bees. But yeah,
What? That's their heartbeat? That's wild though.
isn't that crazy? I
I
always
don't
thought that was a
remember
cool
that
fact.
movie.
Not the B movie, dude. Jerry Seinfeld doesn't know that garbage.
Isn't that such a funny concept of a movie? Like,
And he
Like
dates that
now.
girl.
yeah,
The
like,
B movie.
yeah.
That movie, I watch that movie every time I see it. That shit is so funny.
I've never seen it, but just like in
You've never
concept,
seen it?
It's a good movie.
I've never seen.
Kyle has
What?
never seen the B movie. I
What?
can't.
Movie night.
What's it streaming on, guys?
I don't even.
Wait,
it's
I have a
on
link
Netflix.
to it on TikTok.
Really?
Yeah, somebody posted the whole movie on TikTok. They're like, but
I
it's
think
like
it's on
super
YouTube,
sped up, so you
honestly.
have to just like slow it down so you can watch it.
I think it's on YouTube, like sped up too.
Yeah,
Says
But,
it's
um,
on Peacock.
Peacock.
at normal speed.
Peacock.
We don't support those fake bird.
I was just about to say, is that also a conspiracy?
That's
Peacock?
that propaganda. That's that propaganda.
Propaganda.
I strictly stayed off Twitter until they named it X.
Wait, you guys know what Osmosis Jones is?
Yeah.
That was so good.
I love that movie.
Oh, that's like the Blob one, right?
It's
Yeah,
so
where, like, they're
gross with
inside
Bill
of the
Murray.
body. Yeah, it's Bill Murray. They're in Bill Murray's body.
Oh, yeah.
Aren't
that's a
they
really good
white
movie.
blood
So
cells?
gross.
Yeah.
He's a
Did
white
you
blood
guys
cell,
watch it
yeah.
every year in science class too? Because I felt like I had to watch it all the
I know.
time.
watched it.
I
I
watched
wish
it. I
it
watched
was
it by
every year.
myself all the time.
Yeah, I'm like traumatized by him eating that boiled egg, dude. Like I'm
On
still
the
Yeah.
ground. I know.
All those little parasites.
Ugh, stop.
When his pimple pops.
Oh, it's the worst.
Great movie though.
I remember far too much of that movie.
I'm like writing my list of movies I need to watch now.
Rewatch Osmosis.
Next, we'll start a movie club where we just watch a movie and review it.
First one could be B
Yeah.
movie. Second one could be Osmosis Jones.
Only the top tier movies.
And then the
And then-
Iron Giant.
Oh,
Oh,
that's a good one.
I cry every time in the Iron Giant. I can't.
I cried too.
That
It's
one
been
kills
so
you.
Right before he said that, I was trying to think of the saddest movie I could think of, and the first thing that comes to mind is Endgame.
Yeah, The Notebook. That's what's sad.
Midnight Sun.
That sucked.
Oh, has- we're getting a little off topic, but has anyone cried from a movie? Or what movie have you cried hardest to?
Like,
Always.
I cry at every movie. That's
Most movies I will cry
I
in.
cry at most movies.
Look, Kayla could even like come in to verify this, but what was it called? 8 Below. It's like a
Yeah,
Disney
I
movie
remember
about
I
a bunch
cried
of
to that
wrestling
movie.
people.
The movie's hella sad, dude.
I
God.
didn't even finish that movie. She had to run away screaming and crying.
I did. I cried for 2 hours straight, and Kayla had to come and rewind it, like fast forward to the end, so I could at least see like if they survive.
Dude, I was in the movie theater with my mom, and I was like, I want to leave. This sucks.
Oh my god. Oh no.
No.
I cried. I think the hardest I've ever cried was at Armageddon.
Forgetting.
That's a good one.
That one sucked. I didn't know what I was coming into. My brother was like, "You've never seen that one?" And my sister-in-law was like, "You're gonna cry." I'm like, okay.
That's with Bruce Willis,
Yeah.
right?
They were trying to get Kayla to cry because she never used to cry at movies, like literally ever.
And then Kylie had a baby, and now I sob at everything. so
Yeah,
I don't
we
know how to
literally
think
every
about it.
little sad thing, even something that's only like a little sad, it's like, "Aw," and I'm bawling.
Yeah.
Kayla saw the
I
Elemental.
everything.
What? Okay, Kayla, what's your go-to cry movie that's made you cry the most?
If I've cried once at it, I won't cry again. But I cried at Twilight. You know, the final fight scene.
Oh yeah, that
I
wrecked
was
her.
a child, though.
I thought I traumatized her poor little 7-year-old self. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't even watching the movie, and
was
she came
traumatized.
running into the room sobbing.
My mom
he-
screamed at me for letting her watch it.
There's a
And
theme
then
with you
probably screamed at
roughs.
Corinne for being there.
You guys keep running crying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that-
You go.
It was like what? Like Carlisle's head goes up and you
It's
ran.
like he shows Carlisle's head, and then I think he killed Jasper, and I fucking lost
She
it.
just ran down the hallway.
And then you hear Kylie a couple minutes later, it was a vision. It was a what?
She overreacted just a
Yeah.
little. To be fair, it was like 2 years of not having that movie spoiled for me. I had no idea that was happening. That's why.
Wow.
That was
That's
me.
lucky.
And then that
Leslie,
Pumpkin movie, I cried.
what's your crying movie?
I don't know. I have so many. Christian calls them my bummer movies. I just like have a list of like sad movies that I watch when
There's
I need
gotta
to like release emotionally. He's like, all right, go watch your bummer movies. See you
there's got to be one that like stands out though, that you're like, oh, it, or like maybe your first time crying at a movie. Like everybody has like that one that's like it's vivid.
Yeah, so my favorite movie is Juno, and I've loved it since I was a teenager. And I used to like always, this is like corny, but like I used to always cry because I wanted like somebody to love me as much as Polly Bleeker loves Juno. And like now I'm a grown up and I'm like, oh my God, now I have somebody who loves me that much. And like I cried as a teenager, but I cry so much more now as an adult.
It's
I'm like,
crazy
oh
how
my
much
God.
more you cry when the older you get, and then you're
Yeah.
like, oh, life experiences.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I just remember mine is The Fault in Our Stars. We like
Oh.
took the day off of school to go see that movie. I think it was like me, Gabe, and Aliza or something like that. That shit wrecked me.
Is that the one with the guy that smokes or puts a cigarette in his mouth?
Yeah.
Movie's overrated.
Yeah. Well,
Okay,
it
Isaiah, what do
wasn't
you
at
cry
that
to?
time.
Fox and
And
the
at
Hound,
that time,
Iron
my teeny
Giant.
bopper self loved it.
Yeah.
Fox
Those
and the
are
Hound's
good
a
ones.
sad ass movie, dude. Fox and the
Yeah.
Hound.
Oh yeah, I can't
the
even
two
watch that.
boys, dude. The
Yeah,
two
since I was little.
boys. Oh,
Are you
man.
kidding me? Now that I had like a hound dog, my life died. Like I don't
Oh,
think I
dude,
could get
that
through
movie,
it.
that movie fucks you
No.
up.
Marley and Me was a tearjerker.
Oh,
Marley
that
and
one.
Me.
Oh my god.
That one
I
got
haven't
me,
seen
dude.
that one in
I've only
years.
seen that
Yeah.
once. I will not watch it again.
Spider-Man 2, I cried to that.
Yeah.
Like the Tobey Maguire ones.
Dude, you can't get me started on Spider-Man
When
because
Gwen
like
died.
Endgame,
Yes, when Gwen dies
Mr. Parker.
in the Amazing one.
That one's
Oh,
hella
I
sad.
still haven't
I've
seen
never seen that movie again.
Yeah,
I've seen it
I
once.
haven't seen it the
Sad,
second
though.
time. No.
I haven't seen it the first time, I don't think.
I watch up until she dies, and then I can't watch it.
Oh, that's what. Yeah, I did watch it up till she dies, and then I.
I have like a lame answer that I'm sure has gotten all of us, but Toy Story 3, dude,
Oh,
a
yeah.
mess.
Yeah.
I cried
Oh.
so hard.
Oh,
to
when
that.
I thought they were gonna burn alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was with my mom too, and same thing. I was like, I don't cry in front of my mom, and I was like, I'm together, and I like couldn't. I was like openly sobbing on the couch.
Because I didn't think like all of them were gonna die, but I was hardcore thought one of them was gonna die. He's gonna like save the rest of them.
I know it's not a movie, but like one that kind of got me was the finale of How I Met Your Mother. When
Christian's watching that right now. Oh my God.
I haven't seen that in so
Oh.
long.
it's a little bit of spoilers, but like Barney had this pickup line of like, "Oh, you are my everything. I'll love you forever," and stuff like that. And then he has a kid and he holds the baby for the first time, and
Oh
he's
my
like
God.
saying those lines, but he actually like means it. And it's
You're
like
getting
so.
started, Kyle.
It's a good ass scene.
Man.
Here, spray me so it looks like I'm crying. All right, so conclusion: birds aren't real. Let's give it a rating. Last time, did we give it out of 10, or did we?
I have one more thing to say about the book.
Okay. Yep.
It reminded me. Okay, when I was reading it, I know you guys did the audiobook, but I did like the like read for the book version, and there's like hella pictures and shit in there, and the tone of it. Yeah, there's
a lot
so
of
many
pictures
pictures
in
in
it.
it. So I was like, it literally read like Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I'm like, am I actually reading Diary of a Wimpy Kid? Like,
Damn. I mean, there was like noises and sounds that they added in the audiobook. Yeah.
It's like a full experience of the audiobook, it sounds like.
It was.
It was.
It's funny that they did like full experiences for both a reader, physical reader, and somebody that can just listen to it.
Well,
like
it's the author that does the audiobook too, so you can tell he was
Are
trying
you
to
for
put
real?
some.
Yeah, it was hella cool.
He was
I love
trying
when
to
the
put some
author
work
does
into
that.
it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that puts it in so much more perspective.
So the one thing I will say about the book that I disliked is that it seemed like they kind of threw a bunch of filler shit in there to try and meet a quota. So like there, like Leslie was saying, there's so many pictures. Like literally the last fucking 5 or 10 pages are pictures to rip out so you can spread awareness.
Oh my God.
And then like the middle of the book would have been a really good stopping point.
Yeah.
But it seemed like they dragged on the whole second half.
Yeah.
like we got the joke at the middle part, and then it seemed like they kind of lagged it.
Had to
Going.
finish it
Yeah,
somehow. Like
I 100% agree. It was still silly goofy though. I liked it.
Mhm.
I very much enjoyed it. Like I was cracking up the whole time. And actually, I started reading the book when we went camping, and my sister was telling me that she has a nephew and a brother-in-law that legitimately believe that birds are not real and that they stay up on the before I could even get to the chapter, she goes, "Yep, they stay up on those telephone wire poles to recharge is what they think."
wow.
Damn.
Crazy.
There are real people that think
I really think
a lot of them too. That's wild.
Well,
I can believe in something like that.
Do you guys remember the part in it where it was like the hippies had a movement and they thought that if they did a bunch of if they had
Drugs?
sex outside and like a bunch of drugs and everything,
yeah.
it would convince them.
It would convince the government to stop our like the Vietnam
war.
War.
Yeah.
And they were like, it didn't work. That's so funny.
Well,
I like that part too.
you just sound like Forrest Gump just now.
I like that part too.
I like that part too.
Do I come out really that southern sometimes?
Yeah.
That's kind
Only
of,
when you want.
As he
In your soul. There's too many sides of Isaiah.
Yeah.
You gotta love the duality of man.
Like, yeah.
Wow, that was kind of deep.
Honestly, that was that. Yeah, that was good.
I think I just have bipolar disorder.
Split
I
personality.
don't have a screening tool for that. I'm sorry.
Did you mean multiple personality?
Oh, schizophrenic.
Yeah.
That's right. My bad.
He hears voices. I thought it was the audio book when he was fucking in his room.
Oh God.
All right, so everybody have their thoughts, said their piece with this book before we give it our rating.
Yep.
All right, Leslie, start first. Out of 10, what do you give it?
Just for silly goofies, I thought it was like a 7. Like you said, it went on a little too long, but like it made me like laugh. I was like, you did your job, man. Good for you. Like I would read it again just for silly goofs, you know?
Yeah.
Kylie, you're up.
Same. I would give it a solid 7 because it was silly goofy, and I did chuckle in my car the whole time I read it or listened to it. So yeah, it was good. It did drag on, but I feel like that doesn't really like ruin the book. So I still give it a 7.
Moraine, you're up.
I would give it like a 6 probably because I did really enjoy it. And like the beginning I was fucking cleaning, working, giggling at myself. And I loved all the references. It like the last half, I was like, oh God, it's still going. And they just repeated a lot of the same information in different parts. And so I was like, and that president part really did drag on for so long. But yeah, no, it was still good, really good book.
Isaiah,
Yeah, like a 6, 6.5, 6.5.
what'd you like? What you didn't like?
Definitely, I just liked how like creative he was with the whole like the conspiracy theory. Just like all the ideas you could like, yeah, like if you were stupid enough, you could totally be like, oh yeah, this is right. I can see it. But
dots are connected.
yeah, but that was probably like my favorite part. But then yeah, just dragged on just a teeny bit too long. But it was really funny, and I did really like it. And like I said, the puns, dude, I love a good pun, and there were some really good avian bird puns in there.
So I'm a little conflicted about my rating because like if it stopped at the halfway point, it probably would have been a 9.5 in my eyes.
Yeah.
That's how much I enjoyed it. The second half of the book is like a 6 in my eyes, so I'm gonna give it like a 7.5, kind of meet it somewhere in the middle. I thoroughly enjoyed the humor, especially in the beginning. One of my favorite parts was one of the opening lines of "the government's trying to kill me." my burger was undercooked at Olive Garden, and a microwave fell out of a 15-story building
That's
nearly
right.
2 miles away.
Yeah, that was good.
Especially because like I love Olive Garden. I always like I get it though. I'm a soup salad and breadsticks lady for life.
No, a burger.
A burger.
A
at
burger.
Olive Garden.
You got a burger at Olive Garden.
And it was
Yeah, I know
undercooked.
that's what right. But I'm like, huh. Well, that's why it was funny to
There's
me.
no burgers at Olive Garden.
There is a burger at Olive Garden, I
There's a
think.
burger at Olive
All
Garden.
right, someone's got to Google this.
Yeah, I'm like,
Unrelated, but they started the Never Ending Pasta Bowl back at Olive Garden. So
I saw that. I thought
Oh,
of
I
you.
saw that.
who wants to come see me break some fucking records, guys?
Oh yeah.
My
ready.
personal record is 5 bowls. I think I can destroy that this year.
Shut up.
Pasta?
5 bowls of
Yep.
pasta, Kyle? Are you
And I-
trying to explode? You know
and
your stomach can explode, right?
Well, we're gonna test its boundaries.
No,
when I
stretches
finish
before it.
7.
Oh God.
Olive
7
Garden
bowls.
does have a burger.
Oh, God
Dude,
damn
no
it.
fucking way. That's
Fucking ruined my day.
insane.
Lame.
Yeah.
Who's ordering burgers at Olive Garden? What
This
the
guy.
fuck are you going?
That's a
you
disgrace.
you went and got a burger? Oh, this guy. I thought you said you got a burger at Olive Garden. I was
Could
like,
you imagine? No, I don't even really like burgers at all. Could you
Yeah,
and,
no.
imagine all of a sudden I'm like, yeah, I'm like just getting burgers at Olive Garden.
yeah, did you just
Yeah.
go to some non-burger joint and get a fucking
Yeah.
burger? That's
They
No,
said
I know the vibe.
They
No,
said
what?
it's Italian-ish because
What does that
they
mean?
added
Italian-ish?
mozzarella and prosciutto.
Oh, whatever, dude. It's
Don't
still
you
a
disrespect
burger.
the OG.
They just sell
Put some
burgers like
respect
that.
on the OG. They're your family.
We're your family now.
I just was thinking that in my head.
All right, guys. So I think it's time for us to do 2 things. So we're gonna all give our book recommendation and take a vote on what book we're gonna read next. Obviously, we're gonna set down the ground rule of you cannot vote for your own book. So vote for somebody else's. Base it off of, what sounds interesting. And like I think I told Leslie this the other day, the more excited you are about the book, likely the more excited we are. So all you have to do is really read this synopsis, give us the gist of it, and yeah. And then the other thing just to think about while we're going through this, we don't have a topic for what to do after this. Isaiah was kind of thinking maybe Western. I'm thinking maybe like mob related, or maybe we'll just do everyone picks their own. Maybe we do classics. I don't know. Everybody just kind of
Do a
start.
surprise one where like everyone just picks a book.
Yeah.
Be cool.
But everybody just kind of sit on that and we'll circle back to that. But first we'll start with book recs. Isaiah, you want me to go first? And then Isaiah will go, and then we'll just go in a circle and kind of go from there. All right, let me pull it up. Sorry, I had it pulled up on Goodreads, but I lost it. So God fucking damn it. I had it like legit pulled up and then it exited out. So the book I would want to read is Say Nothing, a true story of murder and memory in Northern Ireland. In December 1972, Jean McConville, a 38-year-old mother of 10, was dragged from her Belfast home by masked intruders, her children clinging onto her legs. They never saw her again. Her abduction was one of the most notorious episodes of the vicious conflict known as the Troubles. Everyone in the neighborhood knew the IRA was responsible, but in a climate of fear and paranoia, no one would speak of it. In 2003, 5 years after an accord brought an unnecessary peace to the Northern Ireland, a set of human bones was discovered on the beach. McConville's children knew it was their mother when they were told a blue safety pin was attached to the dress. With so many kids, she had always kept it handy for diapers or ripped clothes. Patrick Radin Keefe's mesmerizing book on the bitter conflict in Northern Ireland and aftermath uses McConville's case as a starting point for the tale of a society wrecked by a violent guerrilla war, a war whose consequences have never been reckoned with. The brutal violence seared not only people like McConville children, but short of the goal of the United Ireland, and left them wondering whether the killings had committed were not justified acts of war, but simple murders. Patrick, whatever his name is, writes an intricate narrative about a notorious killing in Northern Ireland and its devastating repercussions.
That was
That was a lot.
real long. Mine is such a short little summary.
Yeah, I was gonna give you 2 sentences.
That was the Goodreads fucking Hypnosis thing. But it's funny because me and Isaiah went to Barnes and Noble like a month ago.
Yeah.
And I saw that there and I'm like, fuck, that looks kind of cool. And then I was going through Goodreads' recommended true crime and that one popped up and I'm like, that sounds cool because it's talking about like gang violence, the murder of mom and the abduction in the IRA. But yep, that's my book. Isaiah, you want to go?
Mine's called The Five Families. It's the rise and decline of resurgence of America's most powerful mafia empires. And the little synopsis, it's a little shorter. For half a century, the American mafia outwitted, outmaneuvered, and outgunned the FBI and other police agencies, wreaking unparalleled damage on America's social fabric and business enterprises. While emerging as the nation's most formidable crime empire, the vanguard of this criminal juggernaut is still led by the mafia's most potent and largest Borgats, New York's five families. Is that Borgats? Is that how you say that? Borgats. Borgatas. But yeah, seemed pretty cool.
We did not plan for us to both go mafia related. All right. Who else is up?
I can go. I think we should read this book called Radium Girls by Kate. What's her name? Kate Moore? Let me check. Again, I had it. Look, Kate Moore. So this is about women in the war effort, and what they would do is they would paint the clocks on like the planes, and they had to paint them with radium so that they would glow in the dark. But they were told to put the paintbrush in their mouth so that it was like would become thin enough for them to paint these lines so fine. And they were ingesting radium, and it gave them like incredible cancer and incredible sickness. And they like their jaws fell off and their bodies like literally just fell apart. And it's kind of about like these awful things that happened to them and like what their workplace told them to do, and how they eventually went to court and got a very small fraction of, but they got some sort of justice and kind of the beginning of like workplace safety, especially for women in the workplace, because they really didn't give a fuck about women back then.
I actually read slightly about what Leslie's talking about. I always like that. That little part of history is really cool. I think. Yeah. It's really cool because they did that like they were just like using like nuclear paint and just like ingesting it, and it's crazy to think about that. And it's like how horrible that would be for you. Right, and now you can't like stand on the top rung of the ladder without getting, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, like crazy the things that people were told to do or were forced to do or just did, and the terrible things that happened to them, and how we are so blessed to be safe now for the most part at our jobs. Lead paint, Agent Orange, dude. Nuclear material, nuclear paint.
Nick knows about that.
Lead paint, yeah, Nick knows about that. Still use that.
Damn.
All right, Corinne, you're up.
Can Kylie go first?
Yeah, okay. So mine was In Cold Blood. I guess there's a movie too. Is that yours too?
That was one of mine.
That's what you get for making me go first, because I didn't have a backup. So
okay, I have a backup.
It tells the true story of the murder of the Clutter family in Holcomb, Texas in 1959, and it is written as if it were a novel complete with dialogue, and is what Truman Capote, whatever, the guy that wrote it, referred to as new journalism, the nonfiction novel.
New journalism. I like that.
Murder. I like the fact that it was like written as if it were a novel.
No, that's cool. No, I do like that.
I feel like then my brain will like retain it.
New journalism, as they say.
Yeah.
The theme was true crime, right?
Yeah.
Just making sure. Okay.
True crime. It's true.
Okay. Mine was The Stranger Beside Me by Anne Rule. And I'll read the little thing that it gives. In the 1970s, aspiring crime novelist Anne Rule worked at a suicide hotline with Ted Bundy, a man she would soon consider a friend. It was this friendship that allowed Rule to gain insight on the serial killer's inner psyche and life during the period of his conviction, trial, and execution for the murders of 30 women. Though Bundy confessed to the 30 murders, investigators say the number of victims could be much higher. In The Stranger Beside Me, Rule combines her own personal observations about Bundy with in-depth reporting on his crimes to create a vivid and enduring true crime novel.
They made that into a movie, didn't they?
Did they?
There's a movie and there's a TV show about Dom. Wait,
That's Ted Bundy.
No, okay, there's a movie about him. Yeah.
Well, I know there's
there's a movie called.
I thought The Stranger Beside Me was like the. I swear, I think that's a movie.
Google it.
Well, I'm looking.
I think that the Ted Bundy movie is called something else.
No, there's a couple. I could have sworn The Stranger Beside. Oh, I'm not seeing a movie. I'm just seeing.
1995 movie.
No, there's a newer movie than that.
Because there was a Ted. Yeah, yep. That's it. The
There was a
Beside
Bundy
Me.
movie, but
The Zac Efron one. Is that what
Well,
you're
yeah,
talking about?
yeah.
Ted Bundy.
No,
yeah, but that was the Bundy one, not the
But-
Anne Rule.
Yeah. This one, I could have sworn I had heard something in a podcast because they were like, Ted Bundy seems like such a nice guy early in the movie. And then by the end of it, you find out like.
Right.
But okay. So.
Maybe they are making a movie and it's just not out yet.
There is the Ted Bundy story. Yeah, I think it is a movie. 2003.
I feel like 2003 is still a long time.
The one with Zac Efron's like the
That's like it's like a long ass title. It's like extremely shocking, super wicked, evil and bad. Like it's something crazy like that.
All right, so we'll take our vote. I'll be honest, I can't remember I don't even remember my own book title. So just pick the person's book who you liked the most. Remember, you can't pick your own. Leslie, you start.
I think we should read Corinne's book.
Kylie,
You can't vote for yourself?
you can't.
Then I guess Corinne's book. I liked Corinne's book.
I was I was gonna vote Kylie's book.
Let's vote Leslie's.
Thank you.
And Kayla said Kyle's.
Corinne.
Corinne. Yeah, that's
I
Corinne's.
think that's still Corinne. Yeah.
Wait, no, she gets a vote.
Oh,
but
okay.
Oh.
I know. I was like, don't forget about me. Since I can't vote for myself, I'll vote for Leslie's.
Well, that makes it even.
Oh,
now.
that's a tie. Shit. Oh, okay. Here, I have an idea. We're gonna text Aliza 1 or 2.
No, give her let her choose. Like just give her a little.
But the problem is that it would be really hard to do like a wholesome. Or if hold on,
maybe Kayla,
just
pick
be like
something
Ted
else
Bundy.
besides
I
Kyle's.
want to look it up, so you're gonna
Tell Kayla to
have
pick something else
short
besides
thing on.
Kyle's.
Hold on, I'm just gonna tell her pick 1 or 2.
Is
Kayla,
Nick
pick.
home?
Wait, hold on. Yeah,
Bundy
Isaiah
or
said,
something.
Kayla, pick one of Leslie's or Corinne's. You be the tiebreaker.
Great, thank you, Kayla.
Go. Oh, I was gonna go with Corinne's because I picked
But
Corinne's.
I'd like to know what they are. So can you give me the
Corinne's is the
Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy's tale
and
and
then
the
voting
thing.
for these.
And then
Leslie's about
no,
the-
I couldn't
they're
remember
about
what
flip
his
a
name
coin.
was. And then the other one is the little girls
it's
that
more fair if
actually
someone
put
picks.
like radium or whatever on there.
Yeah, they're using iridium paint to paint planes and like war stuff, and then they had like a lawsuit. They had tried to like get money out of it.
Happened forever,
And they did it like when they were like 19, so they like could never
Ted
have children,
Bundy.
or the children they had were like incredibly crippled and yada, yada,
Yeah.
He
yada.
said Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy.
Ted
Jesus.
Bundy.
Yeah.
All right, so there we have it.
Stranger Beside Me.
Stranger Beside Me will be the next book. So yeah.
Should we talk about topics? Because I've got some
Yep.
ideas for the one
Yep.
after.
Yep. So
She's like, give me the floor.
just a reminder, everybody has 1 month to finish the book. And there's no switching this time because we're voting, and hopefully we're We're good to
I
go.
should have looked at how
I mean,
long this damn book was.
It's a
before
pretty.
put-
I've even heard of it, so it's popular. So it should be fine.
All right, so now we're gonna talk topics. So our next
It
book.
can't be. It's not that long. It's not that long.
Okay, easy read.
Yeah.
It's
It's 3 hours, and that book was 2 hours.
Oh,
So,
it's only 3
Oh,
hours.
okay.
yeah.
Okay,
It's
that's
3.
gonna be done in like that's gonna be done in a day.
I'm wondering maybe. Well, I don't know. I also want us to start kind of like recruiting a few more people because we started with 15. Then after the first book, it went to 8, and then we're down to 4 here.
Okay.
I have to be honest, this is my first time joining, and I was like, there was only this many people before. Thank
No.
God.
Like we keep getting cut in half. So I'm not sure if maybe we're taking too long to pick the books or if we're not given long enough. I
Or
know
maybe it's too
that,
far. Like we're reading it too fast.
but well, this book was short. The problem with this one is that we lost people's interest out the gate, I think.
Yeah.
In conspiracy theory, like a lot of people probably don't want to go down that rabbit hole. And this
Yeah.
just happened to be a parody of one, so we kind of lucked out. But
Maybe it was because we switched books too. Maybe people were like, didn't like that.
Mhm. I wish I was part of that whole thing because I would have said Have you guys heard of the book The Hoax?
Yeah, I actually, yeah.
Like Hitler's journals and Abraham Lincoln's.
Never heard of that.
But I don't know. We'll give this one a month. Everybody has a month to finish it, and then we'll reconvene. But now we need to spitball topics to figure out what next month's topic is going to be. What do you guys got? Leslie, you said you had some on the brain already.
Well, I thought that maybe since if in a month it'll be basically October, so maybe we could do like a monster book or something, or like a spooky book. You know?
Something like horror
Or like
themed.
horror. Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
That's good. Horror books are fun. I've only read like it.
Stephen King. Oh,
Yeah.
We can't read it. That shit is too.
That is
fucking long,
it's
bro.
really wrong. Yeah, that one's a fucked up one.
I'm in the middle of a Stephen King book called The Outsider, and it's
Oh,
so
yeah.
fucking good.
Dude, you know his book he just came out with like a year or two ago, Fairy Tale? That was called? Hella good. Probably one of the best books I've ever read.
Oh, Fairy
So,
Tale was like one of
Isaiah,
these.
you would probably fuck with that book.
Yeah.
It's
I'll
all
check it out.
fantasy.
I think it said Fairy Tale was. Oh, never mind. I'm looking at Fantasyland. Fucking close enough.
Does anyone else have any ideas, or are we all kind of in agreement on spooky themed
I'm
October?
cool with spooky. Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
excellent idea.
And we can make spooky a little broad, so as long as it's like haunting, horror, you guys get the gist.
We can read
Yeah.
Beowulf. Just kidding.
You read what?
Beowulf.
What's
it's like
that?
old English, man.
Yeah,
I
that's
know, it's like, oh,
please,
funny.
Isaiah, no more books.
I
you
was
can't
kidding.
comprehend.
I was a joke.
Wait, tell them the book you're reading now.
Oh,
Because
dude.
you're really excited about it.
I'm reading this book from the 1500s.
Fun? Like,
You know, you ever hear about Journey to the West?
no.
It's basically about this, like, the Monkey King in China, and like it's like their mythology. It's like they're like Greek gods, but it's like in one book, and like I'm reading that. But it was written in the 1500s, but it's like all translated, and it's actually pretty good. I really like it. It's got some
That's sick.
haikus, and they're like riddling to each other. It's really fun.
I mean, that's pretty sick. As long as it's translated right, because fucked up translations are so hard to
No,
read.
it's translated good. It's this guy that like went and traveled China for like a long ass time. He's
Okay, that's
he's
sick.
good for it. But it's fun. Sun Wukong.
You love translated books, man. I think that's the theme I'm sensing from you.
He loves the old timey days.
I like history.
Yeah, you're totally a history buff.
Yeah. You give like serious history teacher vibes sometimes.
Yeah.
You're like literally drinking out of like a fucking just
Like
cup.
Mr. Rudd. Do you remember Mr. Rudd?
Of course.
Hey, no name dropping. Connor doesn't edit.
Oh, no one's gonna know Mr. Reddy.
No, mad respect for him. He was like one of my favorite teachers.
He was the coolest.
Yeah.
He used to drink behind his desk.
No way.
That's what I'd be doing as a history teacher.
Is that what you like sign your contract and they give you a flask to keep behind your desk? I thought they like go pretty hand in hand.
But
Brain safe. Don't beat the kids, dude.
Oh my God.
You know what's really funny though? Since he moved in, I used to only read nonfiction books, and he'd be like, "Man, you only read nonfiction," and I would never read fiction. Now he's reading nonfiction, and I've been reading a lot of fiction.
Really?
Well, you're 50-50, but
50-50.
you're reading a lot more nonfiction
Yeah.
than you were like prior.
I was like just the Teddy Roosevelt stuff in my folder.
Your man, Teddy.
Yeah, I used to just get it off of like I used to just watch like YouTube videos for the longest time, just like deep dive into like wars and stuff. But now I've been reading or like audiobooks and stuff. I listened to the JFK one too about like not to break the whole
Conspiracy
theory, but I read the actual JFK. It's called like Crosshairs, and it's like actually about the real conspiracy theory for JFK, and it is damning. I would say
a riveting read.
It was good. No, it was like honestly like so good. Like every like second of it, you're just getting like a little bit of more information. We're like, oh shit, like the tea's being spilt. No way.
At what point did they reveal that it was a hummingbird?
Very late in the novel. Very late.
That was the plot twist.
That was the plot twist. But no.
So after this deep dive, what do you think really happened to JFK? Like, what's your synopsis?
Oh, he definitely
Clearly CIA.
Yeah, he definitely got killed by the government.
Yeah, but like through which theory? Like, there's like I obviously I don't know.
The Badge Man. I think it's the Badge Man. If you've heard about that, like the undercover cop guy that like had a sniper and was like totally like this, but they don't know like who he was and like what law.
But he's like right there, like just
he's like right
out
there in totally cop uniform. Like, how do you not know who that is? He's working for the government.
It's funny because while we were on the conspiracy theory like thing, I finished my conspiracy theory book about Charles Manson, his possible connection to the CIA and MK Ultra, and that is fucking nuts. Because there's too many like coincidences to where it like a coincidence or two is one thing, but there are too many like lines that should connect.
Anything related to MK Ultra, I'm like, yeah, no, they did that. Like they anything related to that, I'm like, they did that stupid shit. Like they were fucking people, man.
Well, like the book basically says like that they believe the CIA was feeding Manson unlimited supplies of LSD.
Yeah, so, that's what I mean. They like did that to war veterans, right? Like that's exactly what they did.
But they wanted him to test
all the hippies in the book.
They want to test it on brainwashing, like Corinne said, hippies, mind control. The whole thing of let's control them to be our slaves, and that's what happened with like the Manson family, and they were all like under his spell and hypnosis and all these other things. And there was one story.
Cannot follow any of that. Conspiracy theories are so difficult. You guys have got big brains.
I love them. I just am like. To me, like, I don't know. I just am like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, to me, sometimes the conspiracy theory is like the most logical explanation. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like and people do fucked up shit,
You just gotta think about it as a mystery. And it makes it...
just there's too many things that connect to things that you have to remember from like the beginning of the book. And my brain can't do that.
If it's a good writer, they'll connect it back though. And like where you don't
they'll do it for you. They'll do the work.
They'll do all the connecting for you.
I've not read the best then.
The one I read is really good. It's called Chaos, about Manson, the murder in the 60s, and CIA. But it's really fucking good. It's just kind of all over the place a little bit because this guy did such a deep dive for so long. He did 20 years of reporting on this and found so many loose holes and all that stuff. But there was one part of the book that stuck out to me. I know I'm getting a little off track, but if you guys look up Jimmy Shaver, his story and the crime he did was fucking atrocious, and he has zero recollection of it. And the second he met with Jolly West, who was like the mastermind behind MK Ultra, he went fucking clinically insane and killed himself.
Damn.
But like the crime he did and the like way they describe it, it's fucking nuts.
You read that?
What? Oh, you're looking up Jimmy Shaver?
Yeah.
Oh, it's fucking terrible. And then like if you do the deeper dive on Jolly West and the breakdown of all, like it sounds like it was hypnosis or like a fucking clinically insane break. Like it's fucking
Oh my
crazy.
god.
I know
Oh.
she just read the same thing I read.
Yeah, fucking insane.
How do you? My thing is, how do you do something like that when you're a father of two?
Well, they said he has zero recollection of the entire thing happening until he met with Jolly West, and then when
My
he
thing
went
in
under
general is that it
hypnosis.
happened.
But how do you not remember doing that?
Well, they're saying it was like a hypnosis, like fucking MK Ultra, that a trained soldier, they like hypnotized him to like he was out, like an out of body experience.
Guess.
I
That
don't
he was
know.
like drugged and fed so much LSD that it like led. Yeah.
The Birds Aren't Real book said that it couldn't happen. You couldn't fully blank
True
someone's
facts.
mind.
The true facts.
Right. That's the Bible, so.
Yeah. Quoting.
It's the Bible.
But all right, guys. I think that concludes book club, and next time me and Isaiah will dress up as Ted Bundy.
Oh god.
We'll be expecting it now.
You'll just look like everybody else, right? Isn't that what they say about serial killers? They look like everybody else.
We're just gonna get jacked and look like Zac Efron.
I'll bring my bangs
You guys
back.
gotta just look all nice and spiffy. That's it.
Yeah.
I'll bring my bangs back for it.
All right, guys.
Bird-
Time to get to reading.
All right, have a good one. Good night.
Bye.
Birds aren't real.
But for now, you're simply free. Free as a bird. Oh, you scared me. I thought you were one of the birds that were killed by Ronald Reagan and turned into a bot to spy on Americans. Hi, my name is Aliza, and this book club was about Birds Aren't Real. I really enjoyed this book. 10 out of 10. I do believe that all the birds were killed and turned into bots and killer drones and etc. to spy on the Americans. Democrats are lying to you. Republicans are lying to you. The government is lying to you. Birds are not real. Birds were all killed by Ronald Reagan and turned into bots to spy on Americans.